Welcome back to the channel, Better Agents. Nicholas Ayers coming to you live from Better Agency HQ. And in today's video, we got a very granular, very tactical video that's all about using your personal Facebook profile for your insurance agency marketing. It's a little bit wordy, so let me explain. This is all about how to market yourself and your agency to sell more policies using your own personal Facebook page. Now, before we get into it, make sure you do all the YouTube things. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and make sure you give this video a like here by clicking the thumbs up button. We greatly appreciate it. Now, a common objection that a lot of people have when using Facebook for their own marketing purposes is they'll say stuff like,
"But Nick, I don't want to come off salesy on my own Facebook page."
I get that. Let's just address that really quick. Nobody wants to look like a slimy, sleazy salesperson on Facebook. You don't use Facebook to sell. At least you haven't traditionally used your Facebook to sell. You use it to do all the things that people do. You go on there to see pictures of someone else's kids, to show off pictures of your food, or to argue about politics. That's what Facebook is really for. But Facebook can be a very effective platform because of its organic reach and helping you meet different goals and criteria when it comes to marketing your agency, building your pipeline, and making in sales. The first thing that I would encourage every agent to do when they're trying to use Facebook for their own marketing needs is to start befriending people in their circle. Let's take the use case that you're a neighborhood agency, you're in a bedroom community, whether you have 10,000 people or 10,000 people or 200,000 people, it doesn't matter. This strategy can work. You want to start befriending people who are going to be centers of influence, people that are in the know, the important people in your community, in your sphere. This could be industry specific, or this could be town specific. It could be based on geography, or it could be based on interest. But if you're a personal lines agent, as an example, you should be befriending people like the mayor, like the chief of police, like important realtors or mortgage people or other business owners in the community. It's not just enough to befriend them. You also want to start engaging with them. You want to start liking posts, commenting, being beneficial. There's a fine line between being beneficial, being engaging in a charming, nice way, and then also being a creep. You don't want to be the creep. You need to determine where that line is. As an example, the best practice to do is not to go liking everybody's comments or photos at 3 o'clock in the morning. You'll just look like a creep. However, when that person is posting things in the community, or they're trying to ask questions, or they're just using Facebook for their own personal use case, it's important that you also engage with them. This is a great way for them to kind of get to know you, kind of understand who you are, because what's going to happen is you're going to show up in that person's feed, they're going to see the notification with your face on it, your name, and eventually they're going to become more familiar with you. Also, that's likely they're going to start seeing your post, and this is where you start to take the strategy to another level. When it comes to your posting, you should be posting up to 3 times a day, 6 days a week. You should be posting anywhere between 15 and 20 times a week on your Facebook wall, and you want to mix up the format. You don't want all the content to look the same, to feel the same, to say the same thing. So you should be mixing up how you're doing it. And I like to do this in different themes. So for me, I would post 1 time a day where it's something that is personal, where it's hobby-based, where it's interest-based. It could be something about my family. It could be something that I did over the weekend. It could be something that's engaging in that way, where it's personal. Again, social media is an inside look to the personal life, to who I am as a human being. So it's okay to post something that is hobby related. The next thing you should be doing is something that's engagement related, something that's going to drive engagement on that post. And a good way of doing this is something like polls or Q&As or just general questions. Hey, I'm looking for someone who can do X. These things can get a lot of people to engage in the poll. If you're doing something like a poll, you want to do something that's going to spark engagement, and it doesn't have to always be serious. You can do something that's fun, that's entertaining. However it fits your personality, you want to post something that's going to drive engagement. There's a couple things that drive engagement on Facebook. You know this all too well because it's likely you've been hooked into it as well. Something that's controversial, something that's fun, something that's light. It's okay to go down this path, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this later on in the video, but you want to post something that's going to cause a reaction one way or another. People to like, heart, wow, mad, sad, whatever face they want to give, or comment. This is a great way to drive engagement on future posts. For your third post, you should be posting something that's industry specific, something that relates to you, your industry. It could be something like testimonials, case studies, wins, things that are happening around the agency, things that you guys are doing. You want to always project this upward spiral of things that are happening. If you only post, hey, I'm in the office today, give me a call at XYZ number and let's get a free quote, that doesn't drive engagement. That doesn't drive results. You should be using your Facebook to tell stories, stories, to paint narratives, to show people the good things that are happening in the industry. Show that you are the expert, you are the authority. If you're constantly asking for business, that's gonna become white noise to everybody. You don't want to do that, but instead you want to use your social media to tell the story of the good things that your agency is doing, both in the community, with its customers, with its staff, however it is you want to tell that story. That's how you should be talking about insurance on your Facebook wall. Another common objection that a lot of people have when posting on Facebook is they are so afraid of offending somebody. Nobody wants to be canceled. Nobody wants to alienate anybody. Nobody wants to chase business away. We are so afraid of taking a stance or voicing our opinions. And so we avoid all the controversial topics like politics or what state has the best Mexican food. I'm here to encourage you to start taking a stand on whatever it is that you believe. You should be free to voice that. Now, obviously, there's a balance. You don't want to overdo it. Just like with the content strategy above, you don't want to just always be posting about politics. Nobody enjoys that, but you want to be able to be free to mix that stuff in or to intertwine it into the other elements that you are posting about, whether it's pictures of your family or whether it's places that you visited. It's okay to voice those opinions. Now, naturally, people are going to hear that and they're going to say, Nick, I don't want to chase business away. I don't want to chase opportunities away. So therefore, I'm going to keep quiet. My friends, listen to me close. It is better for 20% of your market to love you and for 80% of your market to hate you than to have nobody have an opinion of you at all. More referrals into your agency are a direct derivative of passion. Nobody is going to refer their friends or their family to people that they just feel okay about. The old adage of we don't talk about politics or religion, I think is a day that is gone. We are always talking about politics, religion, or controversial things, and we like it. We like engaging with that stuff. That is what social media has brought out in the public, is we feel free to share that. We feel free to say whatever we want on the internet, and we feel free to engage with that. And you even see this now with large companies, whether it's companies like Disney or Black Rifle Coffee. These companies are sending out beacons to people that they want to do business with. Today's society and generation wants to do business with people that they feel a connection to, people that they feel an affinity towards. So don't be afraid to take a stance. Don't be afraid to voice your opinion on whatever the issues might be. Again, find the balance, find the right spectrum of where you want to be so you're not going too heavy, you're not going too light, but you're just right. Howard Gossage coined my favorite marketing phrase of all time. He said, nobody likes to read advertising. People like to read what interests them. And sometimes it's an ad. And this is the mentality that I think you can start to take into your philosophy or how you start to post on social media. Not everything has to be a direct ad. Not everything has to have a specific call to action. But you should be letting people know who you are. You should be demonstrating authority and expertise and likability in all of your content. Everything that you do, everything is content. It doesn't have to be a video like this. It could be something that you did over the weekend. It could be a Facebook post. That's the beauty of social media, is content is subjective. There is no real definition to it. So you could be free to voice who you are, to show personality, and you can intertwine what you do. You can demonstrate your expertise in what you say on social media. All right, let's talk about some do's and don'ts, the things that you should be doing, the things you shouldn't be doing on Facebook to make sure that your posts, the things that you're putting out, get more reach. The first thing I would encourage you to do is to never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever, ever post a direct link on Facebook. Never post a link to a website, to a video, anything that has a website URL in the caption on Facebook. Never take people off platform. Facebook knows when you do that, and Facebook will deprioritize your reach, meaning Facebook isn't going to show your content to as many people. So don't ever post links. That also goes for GIFs. Never and it is a GIF, by the way. Can we just settle the debate? It is GIF with a G. The G stands for graphics. Graphics, GIF. Never post a GIF on Facebook in the original status. Again, Facebook treats that like a link. It treats it as if you're trying to take people off a platform, and you will be deprioritized. Another mistake that I see a lot of people make, and I would encourage you to avoid, is to make all of your sentences their own paragraphs. Double space all of your sentences, take every sentence and turn it into a paragraph. I see people put 17 run-on sentences together in one post, and it is like reading the Encyclopedia Britannica. Nobody wants to read it. It's easier for the person looking at the post if you have everything nicely spread out. Every sentence is its own paragraph. Every thought is its own paragraph. Double spaced, go to the next text one. Don't give people brain aneurysms by putting all of your text together. Space it out nicely, will ya? Another easy way to break up your format is to use emojis, but I would encourage you to use emojis sparingly. I'll look at posts and they've got like 500 emojis in it, and that is nauseating. It looks like a 12-year-old wrote this. Don't use emojis like that. Use them sparingly. Use them as kind of visual cues to break up the text a little bit, to give a little illustration. It should be used like Salt Bae putting salt on a steak. It should just be used kind of sparingly. Just use it sparingly. Don't overdo the emojis. I would also encourage you to experiment with formats. Think about your statuses and your posts and think about them as different visual cues. You can do just plain text statuses. You can do text with an image. You can also mix in Facebook's native kind of, artistic backgrounds where they do like pineapples or cats or, those colorful backgrounds where it's just a couple sentences on a post. Experiment using video, using images, using text only. Experiment with formats. It breaks things up a little bit. It adds a little bit of variety to what it is that you're posting. Now, when it comes to video, my encouragement is to always post videos that are 1080 by 1080 in pixel size, meaning they are a square. It's not this native widescreen format, but it's a square. It just looks better in the news feed. It is easier for people to see. It takes up more space. It's a great avenue for your videos. On that topic, make sure every video has a caption. Don't post a video without any captions because a lot of people will rely on the autoplay function of the video, and if they just don't have anything that they can read or see, they're just going to scroll past it. A lot of people play videos without sound, so make sure you have captions on every one of your videos. Also, make sure you engage with the people that engage with you. The more that you engage with them, the more likely it is that Facebook is going to keep your post at the top of news feeds. The more engagement in general that your posts get, the more people are going to see your posts. So engagement is a huge thing. When you post, always make sure that you are engaging in some form or fashion. You can like, you can give a heart reaction to, you can comment back, you can put GIFs in the comments. That's totally cool, but make sure you engage with people. Number one, it's rude to not engage with people. I understand things happen. You don't see everything, but try your best, if only to make sure that more people are seeing your posts. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to learn more about how to use Facebook groups for your agency marketing, then I want you to click on the video on this page, or you can go to the comment section and the first video in the comments will be a link to how to use Facebook groups in your agency. We'll see you again on the next video.